Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the Gamble Smart channel. I hope you're doing well. Today we are asking a very big question, one that we get often. In fact, I think every single live stream this question has been asked. And that is, are there different RNGs or random number generators based on the denomination or game that you're playing? Let's get into it. All right, as always, if you are new here, we want to welcome you to the Gamble Smart channel. We are here to educate you. That's right, the average gambler. If you bring less than 500 bucks or so to the casino, or maybe if you even bring a little bit more, we are here for you to get you better prepared to become a better gambler if you choose to gamble, okay? We do this from our experience. I'm a slot technician. Dave and I combined have gone to casinos for over the last 20 or 30 years, and we've got a lot of experience to present to you so you can get some better ideas on what is actually going on and all this stuff. All right, so RNGs, let's talk about those today. So the question is does the random number generator change based on the denomination that you pick on a game or the type of game that you're playing? And I want you to consider this. So the random number generator is actually the one core piece of a slot machine that exists the moment the machine has power, okay? It is running through cycles of numbers faster than any human can possibly imagine the moment the machine is powered on, okay? And this happens on all games, all denominations, all manufacturers across the board, okay? Think of the RNG as just a random shuffle of numbers being, computed so that it will pick something out as soon as you press the spin button, okay? So try to think of the random number generator as not game specific or denomination specific. It's just an operation that is generating randomness, or what they call pseudo randomness. And we're gonna have a video coming up very soon that really dives deep into the math about how the RNG works. So if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification to get notified, because that is coming up very soon. All right, so let me break this down just a little bit so you guys understand what is actually going on here. So the random number generator, like I said, is always cycling, but the moment you press the spin button to commit to a bet, where you pull the handle, it pulls out a random number for each of the reels that are present on the machine, okay? And it doesn't matter if it's a physical like reel or it's a video type display, it doesn't matter. Each one of those reels is gonna get assigned a random number. So what does it do with this number? Well, it goes into a lookup table, what are called virtual reels. And this in turn represents certain things that you see on the reels, like cherries or sevens or bonus symbols or free games or whatever the case is, okay? So try to think of it this way. I've got a standard deck of cards here, 52 cards in this deck. Me shuffling these cards continuously, 1,000,000 times a microsecond, is the random number generator going off, okay? So blah, it's just going through it real quick. As soon as you press the spin button, it pulls out, in this case, a queen of spades. Now the queen of spades may correspond to a cherry, may correspond to a blank, may correspond to a bonus symbol. You never know. It's based on the game that is built, okay? So that is how the games are built when it comes to the RNG. Now let's consider the denominations. So it is a true statement that the higher the denominations, in most cases, the higher the payback percentage setting is on that denomination within that machine, okay? So what does that mean when it comes to this? So the cards in here are the same. They have the same symbols and everything inside of here, but what's different is if it's a higher payback percentage, there may be two queen of spades in here. So there might be two cherries instead of a cherry and a blank, okay? If they wanted to lower the payback percentage, they would take the queen of spades out and replace it with something that's like a blank. So taking a cherry and turning it into a blank, right? That is how this whole thing works. It doesn't matter what type of game it is, whether it's a video game or a physical real game, they all work the same way. And what's complicated, and where it does get complicated, is the number of cards that are in this deck. Okay, so I'm giving you 52 cards, but you better believe that a lot of the games that are coming out nowadays, like the Huff and Puff or the Piggy, Coin Trio, all those games, think of this as like 200 cards in a deck or 300 cards in a deck. So the RNG is picking from a lot more. So I hope that answers your question. I tried to like dumb it down the best I can, because it's complicated. Like the concept of probabilities and math is not something most of us can really relate to. But that is essentially what is going on all slot machines. Doesn't matter what type of game you're playing or even what denomination you're playing. So the final thing that I want to say is, to answer the question, RNGs, are they different based on the denomination? No, not technically. The RNG, again, is the same. What's different is what the RNG is picking from. So think of the deck of cards like this. So let's answer one more question, because I know this is what the ultimate question is when it comes to this. Should you play higher denominations because the RNG has more premium cards to pick from? And the answer is yes, if you can afford it. Only if you can afford it. It's such a long-term play. If you think about the odds of hitting or pulling out a Queen of Spades here is 1 in 52, but it may take you 300 attempts to get that Queen of Spades. It may take you 10 attempts, but over time it'll be 1 in 52 over time. And slot machines work the same way, except they work in a very much longer scale than 1 in 52. Like I said, could be 200 cards in here. So think about that, right? All right, well, I hope that makes sense, guys. I hope I answered your questions today. And as always, gamble smart, gamble safe. And we'll see you tomorrow on our live at 8 p.m. Central Time every Wednesday. I hope to see you there. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.